Hello, Aquarius. This is your reading for January 2017. I'm aware that there's some of you January Aquarians who will have birthdays the last 8 days of January. So I want to go ahead and wish you happy birthday in advance. I also hope that you've watched my yearly predictions for 2017, which are up. So find the go to my playlist, and you should see the videos for 2017. So I hope you have a chance to look at that. Okay, so let's see what's in store for you guys. The first card is the World, which is interesting because this is the traditional new year. The astrological new year won't begin until March, the month of Pisces, but this is the last card in the major arcana. And when you get to the World, it means completion, and you begin a new phase in your life. Okay? Because after the World, you go back to 1, which is the Magician. And the 0, which represents the Fool, has no value. It floats all over the place. But there's a new phase in your life that won't begin just yet for the new year. Okay? I have the Chariot. That doesn't mean you're not moving, but you are getting there. The Chariot is about movement forward successfully, and it's also about harnessing those two forces, bringing two forces together to move forward, especially for a love reading. This can be about a couple that needs to be on the same page. Okay. Note that in this interpretation of the Chariot for this deck, the Witch's Tarot, he's in the clouds here. And then you have the Moon, which is subliminal. It's your subconscious. It's your emotions. So I think it's interesting the Chariot has a little bit of air. You're Aquarius. So this energy of air, you're still making plans and thinking. You're still in that mindset of getting to that new beginning in your life, or that new phase of a relationship. You're hoping, some of you might be hoping that a relationship is able to move to the next stage. And then I have the High Priest, or the Pope, the Hierophant, in the Rider-Waite. This is Major Arcana card number 5. So you have 3 strong major arcana. And furthermore, the High Priest is about tradition and faith. And it's definitely about order and tradition, staying loyal to the things that have gone before, family traditions. And you're very much about that, Aquarius. You do have this idealistic sense of family, tradition, marriage, all of that. Sometimes this High Priest is about a wedding, an official ceremony. So I think that's interesting with these 3 strong major arcanas, that I'm getting a sense with the World in reverse that some of you want a relationship to get more serious, that you want marriage, you want things to start moving forward. But it's interesting that the World seems to be to be in conflict with the Chariot, because the Chariot is about moving forward, but whether you want to move forward, like I when do I get there? When do I get there? And so it's very important not to push against things that you can't control. And I think that's a little bit of a reason why the High Priest is showing up. Now, these first 3 cards are about influences of the past on the present, which will be the next row. But it's important that this energy of the Chariot, you're still moving forward, even though you haven't gotten to that new beginning, leaving everything in the past behind, but you are moving forward to that. And I think also, especially for those of you who are single, this High Priest is also about new devotion, new faith. I know a lot of us make New Year's resolutions, okay? So there might be some goals and new beliefs and a new way of seeing things that some of you Aquarians are going to start to do, especially seeing that this chariot, which is on these clouds, this air, it is about vision. And I feel that some of you Aquarians have a new belief or this new vision of what you want your future to be, and you're becoming very idealistic about that. And that's why we have the High Priest, that you're embracing a new belief about something. Keep in mind that also for a love reading, this can be all about having faith and the highest good, okay? Having faith in a relationship. Usually when this is reversed, when the High Priest is reversed, it means a betrayal, a lack of discipline, a lack of morality, a lack of knowing what the right thing is to do. And Aquarians, you are so loyal to doing the right thing and following that. You always have a higher purpose that actually might be a big obstacle for your partners, because you always have that idealistic idea of a relationship that you think should be perfect and good, and it's very difficult for you to deal with conflict. Most air signs do. So I'm seeing a lot of your energy here, especially with the Chariot and High Priest, of moving forward, knowing what you want, demanding that you want the best of everything, and having that vision of what you think the relationship should be, whether you're single or attached. Okay? So as we head into the present, I have a Seven of Cups reversed, and that's important because usually this is about having so many choices, procrastination, daydreams, your head in the clouds. And once again, you have clouds, which represent air here, because this is about this procrastination and having daydreams and fantasies to the point to where you're not being realistic. So when I see this reversed for you Aquarians, heading into January, this is all going to be about getting your head out the clouds. You're here riding high on the Chariot and moving forward, and that's always a positive energy. But then you also need to adapt and be more realistic as well with these big ideas, big beliefs, lots of hope. You're ready to find that new relationship for those of you who are single. But it's important that you get your head out the clouds, that you don't daydream and attach your feelings to unrealistic expectations, especially if there's a person of interest in your life. And now we get more cups, more water. And so we're looking at air, which is becoming more heavier here, with your emotions weighing you down, Aquarius. Five of Cups, we're looking at sorrow and regret, coming to a crossroads here. We either stay and pout or we move forward. We don't sit around crying over spilt emotions here. And air and water are an interesting combination. As we see these airy things with the combination of water, air is an evaporation of water. It can be anyway. And so when I look at this heavier aspect of you, is this water, it's more condensed, this moisture, I don't want to sound like a meteorologist here, but definitely more heavier emotions are going to start weighing you down, getting your head out the clouds, knowing that emotionally how you feel also needs to be balanced with the rational, okay? That you could be, and also there are clouds with the High Priest as well. So the higher we get, whenever we have air, which is also represented by the swords, we have these lofty ideals. This air represents also ideas and thoughts and dreams. And so there's a lot of dreaminess and thoughts and idealism about how you feel about a potential relationship or the relationship you want. And so when we get to this Five of Cups, I get a sense that these three cups that have spilt and 2 cups are still standing. What we're looking at here is you maybe feeling disappointed that relationships, the way a relationship is going, or even your journey to a relationship, it's just emotionally disappointing for you. This person might be, there's a particular person who might be disappointing, which is why this 7 of Cups was reversed. The next card, your Ace of Swords, is also reversed here. This is clarity. The eagle is in the background. The eagle has perfect eyesight. They can see for miles. They have dead accuracy on any situation that they're able to see. And this is your energy. So it seems, Aquarius, that this month you have the vision through the Chariot and the ideas and the goals through the High Priest, this idealism. But it's really going to work with finding this relationship or working with this relationship energy, especially if you're looking for a relationship. It's going to be about you. The conflict is going to be you, about your own expectations and what you want to have happen. It's also about not overthinking, because that's definitely why this Ace of Swords could be showing up for you in the reverse. Heading into the future, I have a Page of Wands that's reversed, and this is fire. The fire is definitely dampened here when it's reversed, because we're talking about loyalty and new adventures and trust. And I think you're still dealing with trust issues here. That you want to always have things infallible, that will this person ever hurt me again? You never have any guarantees about that. And I also get a sense for some of you Aquarians that something really crappy happened because of the actions of another person. And you would like to get beyond that. You would like to give that person another chance. But it seems as if, especially with this Ace of Swords reversed and all this heavy water coming out, rain that's falling. Rain comes from excessive precipitation in the air. Once again, I'm not trying to sound like a weather report, but I'm looking at how these elements naturally exist and how they represent your emotions. So lots of tears and have been, a lot of ideas that have come that have fallen out of the sky here. That's what I see when I see this water coming from the air. And it's about you managing your expectations where they're also balanced with your emotions. That sometimes if you want to see the best in someone, for some of you Aquarians, you're overthinking someone's feelings for you. You want to know what that person feels about you. I know there's some of you who are in relationships that might be a little bit lopsided. How does this person feel? And I think you're overthinking it. And I also think you need to look at the realistic expectations of what you're going to get from that relationship. And that's why I think here in the future, we're coming to this fire energy that's reversed, this page, this youthful innocence, releasing expectations, just going with the flow. Then I have a karma card that's reversed, which is also called Judgment. This is about, and you see the eclipse here, which is also important, because we're dealing with a big event that sort of brings a judgment day. And after that judgment day, there's a new life, a new beginning, which is what the world is all about. Keep in mind, this is 20, this is 21, and they're both reversed in the major arcana. And I think that's very important, especially with this Chariot and High Priest. You still have some very strong major arcana. And I think what this is saying is that this new beginning or this new phase in your life to where you want love and happiness, either with someone in particular or eventually, there are some big changes in your energy where you're going to have to rethink things, not be so idealistic, Don't make it all about you, but it's going to take some big changes within yourself to where you get your clarity back and you see things for what they are and not be in the clouds so much. Try not to get carried away with your fairy tale and your perfect relationship here. And that entails seeing people for who they are. If they're not able to give you what you want, move on. But it also means that you don't see what you want to see, or you keep going back to well, this is what I think this should be. This is what I think love should be. This is what I think my relationship should be. And it seems as if that's what you think it should be and what it is. I'm seeing some of you have that conflict, especially with another person. I think this is about another person with this this Page of Wands. And then I have this Two of Swords. Okay, so swords are once again your energy. And it's always interesting that you go to two swords reversed. Instead of one sword, then you get two swords reversed. And this is all about decision making and getting past conflict if two people want different things. This is about dropping one of the swords, right? So that you can have this sword. You know exactly what to choose. You know you have the perfect judgment. That eye of the eagle. So I think the fact that your element, swords represent air, the fact that these swords are reversed, it's telling me, it's underscoring for me that this is about a personal challenge for you to look at what's going on in a particular relationship or a particular expectation for love. And just sort of, like I said, looking at something for what it is and not for what you want it to be. Sometimes we come to the tarot because we want to know when things will happen to us. And sometimes the answer from the tarot is, well, it's up to you. Okay, but here's where you're stuck. And here's where you might be able to set a different course or different direction. And you can always do that by changing what you choose to see. Okay, so I'm going to cut the cards here for the outcome card. Okay, and what I have here is interesting, and this showed up before, and this showed up as an outcome card. I believe it was either for Scorpio or Sagittarius. I think it was Sagittarius. So when I get these wands reversed, I'm seeing a lack of trust or faith or loyalty with a particular person in your life or a particular situation, because this is a person who is defending himself, who's overcoming obstacles. Sometimes this is about someone defending themselves. Okay, so now I'm seeing this lack of defense, or someone who is too territorial, or someone who is stepping over your boundaries. And I don't know if this is you. I'm seeing it as someone that some of you are involved with or connected to. That the question I'm seeing the tarot is what I said, I think, for Sagittarius as well. I think Sagittarius got this same combination for some reason. Maybe there are Aquarians, water involved with fire. I see that a lot. A lot of you have commented and says, yeah, I'm Pisces, I'm involved with Aries. I'm Scorpio, I'm involved with a Sagittarius. That's very interesting. And the answer I'm getting, the question I'm seeing in response for this card is, can I let my guard down? Can I get to trusting? Can this person win my trust over? For some of you. Or will I be able to, for single people, I kind of see this as, will you be accepted for who you are? Will someone see you and fall in love with you? And will they want to be with you as much as you do? And so I kind of see the tarot saying yes, but there seem to be a couple of things in yourself where you're just trying to think through who this person or what the situation really is. And I think you're going to get to a place too where someone is not going to be fighting you. They're going to sort of put their wand down. It won't always be a conflict. If someone is putting up barriers to you, or if there's someone who's stepping aside who's not completely available to you, if it seems like you're stuck in this phase with this person, for some of you, this may be about you giving the other person the benefit of the doubt so that this person doesn't feel like they're fighting you. I think it also has a lot to do with a situation where the tarot is saying, hey, Aquarius, try to see the situation for what it is, and you'll find that you and this person are not having all these conflicts all the time. Okay? Sometimes the tarot is not just about what will happen to you. It's about what you're seeing and how you're thinking that's getting in the way of what you really want. And sometimes the tarot might actually give a message that is saying it's what you're doing. It's not exactly what other people are doing or what the other situation is about. So Aquarius, that was your reading for January. And if you think you might want your own video, my special promotion for January is $15 for video readings. So that's only for the month of January. You might want to check it out. And as I said, for all of you January Aquarians, I wish you a very wonderful birthday. And I hope everybody's having a wonderful new year. And make sure you check out my yearly readings for 2017. And I will see you in February. Take care.